Hi everyone. Today I'm going to cover the process on how to register on the Traces website, and I'm going to cover each step in detail. I'll share my personal experience, and I'll also cover how to, how this process is useful for the first time TAN holders. So usually this process ideally is very simple. It's just that if you're doing it for the first time, there are some things that you might not know or might have confusion about, and I'll try to answer all of those during this process as I went through this process myself for the first time when I did that. So let's get started. So first of all, this is the official website, TDS EPC. And if you see, this is what is mentioned about this portal on this website as well, that this is the official website that has been developed to provide a solution through for tax deduction, reconciliation, and analysis. If you see, these are the services that are available through this TDS EPC portal, primarily registration for, tax deductors or collectors, viewing your statements and processing, checking the TDS and challan status, issuing form 16s, or finding online corrections. So all of these services are provided through Traces. So if you have to utilize any of these services, you would first need to register on this website. Now that is what we are going to cover about in this video. So when you go to the click on home page, this just gives you a caution message that TDS does not ask for any personal registration, so any kind of fees. So some guiding information, you can just click on continue, and then within this website click on register as a new user. You are registering as a deductor. We are covering the process as a TAN, right? So you have, for example, I purchased a property from somebody and I had to deduct the tax. So I was a deductor. So I'm registering as a deductor, but the process remains same if you register as, other categories as well. So first of all, what you have to enter here is TAN of the deductor, which is your TAN. So you must have applied for a TAN by now. So enter your TAN and enter this verification code and click on proceed. Once you click on proceed, the first message that I got was, you cannot register on Traces at this time. So you cannot register on Traces just like that or at any time. For that, you must have filed a statement for that specific TAN. If you not find, you file that return, you will not be able to register on Tracy's website. So in my case, I filed a form 27Q, and after I filed that, after a few days, I was able to then register. So, but if this you get this message, so first file a return, and I have covered in a separate video how to file a return for form 27Q. You may go ahead and watch that. Once you've done that, so what it says here is because you're not registered, it will direct you to the e-filing website, which is the income tax portal. If you see, when you click on proceed, it will redirect you to this website. So now what you can do is, if you've not registered on the income tax website, you can enter your details here, TAN, PAN, organization, or your name, and then you can just click on continue. And I had already registered on this website, so I got this message that this TAN has already been registered. So you can go ahead, register it here. You'll need it for other purposes like for filing 27Q form or other returns. Now going ahead, moving back to, you go to back to this TDS EPC website, click on register as a new user as a deductor and enter your TAN verification code, click on proceed. So now you will not get that message. Now this is what it will bring you to. So now if you see, it is saying that what is the kind of form that I had filled. I had filled a form 27Q for Q4 22-23. Now it is asking me to enter. First thing is the token number or provisional receipt number. So once you filed your 27Q form, this is the acknowledgement that you get, and this is what you can download. So you RRR number that you see here, this is the receipt number, provisional receipt number or token number that you need to enter here. So this you can get from there and enter here. Now then what you need to do is, you need, as a second phase, it will ask you to provide all of these details, challan details that you filled. So by now you have filed your 27Q return, you filled, you've paid TDS, deducted TDS for the seller or the deductee, and now you have to enter the receipt number, date on which you had deposited that tax, the challan serial number, and the challan amount, which you can get from here. So you see this counterfoil or challan that you have downloaded or you paid last time, you can get all of this information like receipt number, date on which it was deposited, challan amount, all of these details you can get from this. So now once you've entered the token number and challan details. What you have to do is you have to enter the PAN. Now this is not your PAN. This is the PAN for the deductee for whom you deducted the tax, and then what you have to enter is the amount that you deducted for the deductee. And once you've done that, you can just click on proceeds. You filled three details here. You filled the token number, then you filled the challan details, and now you fill the PAN of the deductee. Once you do that, this will just give you a message that are there less than three PANs. For my case, it was less than three. If you have more than three, you can enter here. Otherwise, if it's less than three, just click on OK. Now you are just reviewing your details here. So whatever details that you enter here will not be updated, will be saved in traces. What they are saying is this is not going to get updated in TAN database. What you applied when applying your TAN, this is not going to get updated here. This is just for this portal purposes. So you have TAN and name of your deductor. What you have to now choose is category of the deductor, which is what category is applicable to you. If you're filing as an individual, you can choose association of persons or trust, and there are other categories that you may choose from. You have to enter your PAN, and what you have to enter here is PAN of authorized person. Now you might get confused, whose PAN is it? Is it your PAN, deductee's PAN? So this is again your PAN. This is meant to be for if you authorize another person. This is what it says, that if on your behalf somebody else is filing this, your CEO or some other person, you can enter the PAN of authorized person. But otherwise, if you are filing yourself or within family, your son or your husband is filing, you can enter your PAN as well. That is the same as the PAN of deductor. Now, date of the authorized person is again your date of birth is what you can enter. Once you've entered these details, there are further details that you need to enter. And if you see, this is just the a message that it was showing that PAN of the authorized person is not available in 24Q statement filed, because I did not file the 24Q statement. I filed the 27Q, but it is saying you may, however, still proceed with the transaction. So after entering date of birth, it picks up the father's name from the TAN database, and then what you have to choose is designation of the authorized person. Now you might get confused as to whether I have to fill salaried, employed, housewife. You may fill as self. That is what I filled. You may fill as self, and everything went smoothly for me. Unless you want to choose some other designation, you might. Then are you an employee of the deductor? If you're filing as self, then no. If you are actually an employee of the deductor, then you can fill yes, and it might ask you for your own details. But what I am covering here is that you're filing it as self. So now what it says is you have to enter your communication address. Now what you could do is view the address that is there in TAN master, and if you want the same address to be updated, you can check as the same address, or you can do as same as in last statement. You can, before choosing any of the option, you can view the address that is there. If in case you've changed addresses since you applied your TAN or you filed your last statement, you can enter the updated address. For me, it was same as in last statement when I filed the 27Q form. So I filed that. So same for you have to enter all of your address. Then once you've done that, it is asking for communication details. Same as communication address, you can ensure you can pick up the same from TAN master or at last statement, view and choose accordingly. If it is different, you can uncheck all of these, and you can enter your mobile number and your email IDs that you want to update in the traces website. Once you've done that, just click on next, and then what it will ask you is to enter your user ID. Yeah, so and here is the guidance to enter your user ID. It cannot be same as your TAN on PAN, which is what we try to usually do. And it gives some other further guidance, what should be the minimum length, the characters that should be allowed and should not have spaces. So once you have chosen your user ID, you can click on check availability, and it will show you whether it's available or not. Once you find a suitable user ID which is available, then you have to enter your password. Again, if you click on this question mark here, you will get guidance with respect to what should be the password, what should be the minimum length, maximum length, what letters are allowed and what not. So once you've entered your password, it will show you that it is strong, weak password. And then once you've decided on your password, confirm the same password here, and then click on create account. Once you do that, you will be asked to review your information that you've just filled, and then you can just click on after reviewing the information, you can click on confirm. Once you click on confirm, what it says is that your request has been submitted successfully. And what this then does is it sends you an activation link and codes on your email address as well as mobile number, like you see here. Then what you have to do is you have to click on the activation link within 48 hours. Otherwise they might deactivate your account. You might have to do the entire process again. But so you, what you should do is you'll get two activation codes, one on your email and one on your SMS, and in the next step you'll have to enter both. So once you've done that, you can click on go back to home page. And then what I'm showing here is that within this email as well, that the email that you received, you get this activation link and the activation code one, which is the code that you received on email. So once you click on this website, write the activation link, what it will do is it will bring you to this screen. So enter the code that you received through this email, enter the code that you received on your phone through SMS, and click on submit. Once you do that, it says your activation is successful. You can now log into Traces. What it further says is that, in case you want to add your digital signatures, you can, log in, click on the profile section and enter the use of digital signature for faster submission and processing of statements. It is not necessary for all statements and that you need this, but in case, you want to upload a digital signature, you can go to the profile section and enter your digital signature as well. Now, once you registered successfully, you click on, again, go to the deductor tab and click on login. Now, earlier you had clicked on register as a new user. Choose deductor here and then enter the user ID that you chose, enter the password, enter your TAN, enter this verification code, and then, enter all of this information and then click on login. Once you do, it will ask you whether you want to opt for email communications, and that will save paper as well. So you may choose yes or no, however you deem fit. And then this is the screen that you are in. You may click on any of these tabs to explore through Traces, dashboard or default forms, download. A lot of this information either through this tabs has sub tabs, or you can click on some of the most common quick links as well. I hope you find this video useful. This video was only covering registering on Traces website. If you think you want me to cover something else in detail, please let me know and I'll try to do my best to cover that as well. Please like, share, subscribe. That gives motivation to make more videos. Thank you so much for watching.